Good morning and Jai Hind students. Here I am Kanchan, your English teacher, and I am with the chapter The Rattrap, and the book is Flamingo. So here, as you can see, well, this is Rattrap. Rattrap means I am going to separate this. Rat trap means where we can trap any rat. Because when we are fed up and these mice they disturb human beings, then human beings use this to trap the rats or mice. So here coming to the this thing about the author, it was written by Selma Lagerlöf, who was born in 1858 and died in 1940, was a Swedish writer whose stories have been translated into many languages. A universal theme runs through all of them, a belief that the essential goodness in human being can be awakened through understanding and love. This story is set amidst the mines of Sweden, rich in iron ore, which figure large in the history and legends of that country. The story is told somewhat in the manner of a fairy tale. So this story is related with a man who sells rat traps, means it is his business to sell rat traps wandering here and there, and he is in a very poor condition and wearing worn dresses and being very dirty and not well. So at the time when he was selling rat trap, he was thinking that this whole world, ye sansar, this is also just like rat trap, and all the human beings are like rat. And what are the things that attract us? These are just joy and happiness and greed is the cause that we enter into that trap and we are trapped. So he thinks that this world is also just like rat trap, and we are attracted by the happiness, by the being rich and wealthy, and we are trapped in this way. So due to greediness. So he is comparing this world with this rat trap, and then he also does the same thing as he steals money, but later he returns that money and he thinks that this is not the thing, being greedy, and then in the last the ending is well, and we come to know that everything is okay in the end of the story, and we come to know that means we should not be greedy and we should live our life with honesty and being hard worker. So let's start this story. Once upon a time, there was a man who went around selling small rat traps of wire. As I shown you here, I had shown you this rat trap. So a person was there who used to sell rat traps of wire, and he made them himself, means वो खुद ही बनाता था, from the materials he got by begging in the stores or at the big farms. So somewhere he would get these materials by begging, and sometimes he would get it at the big farms. कभी begging में, कभी big farms से he would get that. But even so, the business was not especially profitable. उसको ज़्यादा profit नहीं मिलता था. He was not in profit. So he had to resort to both begging and petty thievery to keep body and soul together. So for survive, soul together means for survive, he also used begging, and he also would sell rat traps. Even so, his clothes were in rags, his cheeks were sunken. This is poor condition. कि उसके जो कपड़े थे वो पुराने थे, फटे हुए थे, and his cheeks were sunken due to not eating food well, and hunger gleamed in his eyes. Hunger for getting happiness, for getting joy, for getting proper food and comfortable life. So no one can imagine how sad and monotonous means boring life can appear to such a vagabond who plods along the road left to his own meditations. So no one knew that he was sad and he was living a very boring life, that he was moving here and there on the road and to his own getting his peace of mind. But one day this man had fallen into a line of thought, means he was thinking and he finds one thing which really seemed to him entertaining. He had naturally been thinking of his rat traps when suddenly he was struck by the idea. मतलब वो अपने rat trap के बारे में सोच रहा था, अचानक से उसको एक आइडिया आया, and he thought by the idea that the whole world about him, the whole world with its lands and seas, its cities, villages was nothing but a big rat trap. Now he is comparing this big rat trap with this world. It had never existed before for any other purpose than to set baits for people. Baits means something that attract you. It offered riches and joys. This is the attraction, that is this bait. Shelter and food, heat and clothing. Exactly as the rat trap offered cheese and pork. So he is comparing these baits as cheese and pork. These are there inside. They are kept inside to attract the rats. So in the same way, this world is also full of riches and joys, shelter and food, heat and clothing, and these things are attraction for any human being. Now let himself to be tempted to touch the bait. It closed in on him and then everything came to an end. जैसे चूहा होता है और उसको ये चीज़ या पॉर्क देखता है और वो देखने के बाद वो उसको खाने के लिए जैसे ही वो उसमें एंटर करता है, in the same way he would trap in that ड्यू टू दैट अट्रैक्शन. तो उसके अट्रैक्शन की वजह से, उसकी ग्रीड की वजह से वो उसमें अट्रैक्ट हो जाता है एंड ही इज ट्रैप्ड. इन द सेम वे वी आर ऑल्सो अट्रैक्टेड विद जॉय, विद हैप्पीनेस, with comfortable life, shelter, food. Many things are attraction here in this world and we are also trapped. Now the world had of course never been very kind to him. Means he is thinking himself that this world is not very kind. So it gave him unwanted joy to think ill of it in this way. He was not thinking good about this world and it became a cherished pastime of his during many dreary plodding to think of people he knew who had let themselves be caught in the dangerous snare and of others who were still circling around the bait. And he knows well many people who were attracted by those bait and also who were doing many work for that, and also he had passed many dreary ploddings. Now one dark evening, as he was trudging along the road, he caught sight of a little grey cottage by the roadside. He was moving here and there and then he saw a grey cottage there and he knocked on the door to ask shelter for the night because it was evening time and he could not go to his home. So he wanted a shelter for that night, nor was he refused instead of the sore faces which ordinarily met him. The owner, who was an old man without wife or child, was happy to get someone to talk to in his loneliness. Immediately he put the porridge pot on the fire and gave him supper. And also that man was kind enough and he let the man to enter into his house and then he offered food and such a big slice from his tobacco roll. He also offered him tobacco. It was enough both for the stranger's pipe and his own. Finally he got out an old pack of cards, and they started playing cards to to pass the time, and played Mijols with his guest until bedtime. Okay students, I will start from here in my next video. Till then, revise this. Okay, bye and Jai Hind. Jai Hind students.